Alejandro, also known as Alex Sanchez, is a young adult author and screenwriter. He writes about love, friendship, families, sexuality, gender, and being an immigrant. He's had 8 novels published and is working on getting that first movie made. A little known fact about Alex, he lived in scorching hot Thailand for the past 13 years, where he met his Laotian partner. In June, they married and moved to be near his partner's family in Pinfield, where they are currently going through climate shock. And I told him, so are we. Yeah, welcome to Rochester. Tonight he will read Learning a New Language. Alexander.
Got my boots on. Well, thank you. It's great to be here tonight. No, the little blonde girl tells me. You can't sit at that desk. I'm 7 years old, starting 2nd grade in Austin, Texas, 1964. My family moved here from Mexico 2 years ago, and the vacant desk is in the front row where I can see, hear, and learn English better. Why can't I sit here? Because, the girl tells me, I'm saving that seat for a friend. I've learned a lot of English by watching people's faces, their gestures, their actions. This girl's face doesn't look mean, just annoyed. So I plop into the chair. I'll be your friend. She huffs a huge angry sigh. When another girl arrives, the blonde girl tells her, I saved you a seat, but he took it. I say put where I am. Good morning, class, says the teacher. My name is Miss Flat. She has gray hair and glasses and a voice that sounds like she can't wait for the day to end so she can go home and soak her feet. She calls roll, and after every name someone answers, here. Each time we all turn to look. Then Miss Flat calls out, Judy Hawthorne? Present, ma'am. The little blonde girl springs to her feet and smiles at the class like she's at a beauty pageant. She has dimples, a shining smile, skin white as milk, eyes big and blue as the Texas sky, and her hair as bright as sunlight. Before calling the next name, Miss Flat studies her roll sheet for a long time, adjusting her glasses. And she pronounces one syllable at a time. A, Lee, Jane, Dro, Heights. She scans the class, and we all crane our heads. Who is this person with such a strange name? No one answers. I don't blame them. With a name like that, suddenly it's the name she's trying to say. It's mine. The blood whooshes to my cheeks, and I say my name the right way. It's Alejandro. Hits. All eyes turn in my direction. Miss Flat squints through her glasses. Is that like Alexander? I shrug. All I know is it's not what she said. Miss Flat ponders, and Judy Hawthorne rubs her fingers at me in a gesture I've learned means, shame on you. We'll call you Alex, says Miss Flat. She strikes a line through my old name and writes down my new name. I sit up excitedly and whisper to myself, Alex. When Miss Flat announces it's time for recess, Judy marches to the front of the line saying, I get to be first. The rest of us look at each other. Why does she get to be first? We turn to Miss Flat, but she glances away. Single file, please. On the playground, Miss Flat hands out jump ropes to girls, kickballs to boys. Today, a boy kicks the ball flying into the girl zone. And though the ball misses them, the girls scream. I chase after the ball. While picking it up, I hear Judy, swinging a jump rope, tell the girl, no, you can't play. I yell, why can't she? Because I said so, Judy yells back, and the girl steps away, hanging her head. The boys shout at me for the ball. I throw it. Then I cut into Judy's game and start jumping. Get out, she hollers. But I keep jumping till she stops swinging the rope. Then I laugh and run back to the boys. When we return to class, Judy sniffs her nose at me. I pretend not to notice. In the afternoon, Miss Flatt tells us the school supplies we're supposed to have in our cigar boxes. Judy's box has a picture of a snow-white owl perched on a cigar. I whisper, "It's beautiful." Judy's mouth curls into a smile. My box has a picture of Antonio and Cleopatra. In a stone Egyptian palace, Cleopatra reclines on a couch. A dark-skinned servant fans her. The Pharaoh queen extends an arm, beckoning the muscular Antonio. "That's me," Judy points at Cleopatra, then at Antonio. "And that's you." I giggle, picturing myself as a Roman soldier. At recess later that week, Judy presses a finger to her lips, signaling me to keep a secret, and she leads me down the big stone steps to the lower playground, where no one can see us. She whispers, "My hair means a lot to me." I nod. "My hair means a lot to me too." "Feel how soft," she says. She inspects my hand to make sure it's clean. Then she strokes it across her hair. "Isn't it lovely? Isn't it the softest thing you ever felt?" I think, well, almost. My cat's kittens felt softer. Her hair smells better. While I pet her head, she smiles. "Don't tell anyone I let you, okay? Cross your heart?" I make an X over my chest. One morning, the principal knocks at our classroom. With her are 2 boys. They look exactly alike. Brown-skinned, excited smiles, black hair slick from washing. They bump against each other, peering into the room. We stare back while Miss Flatt and the principal whisper, "The twins have only been in America a week." "No English at all?" asks Miss Flatt. "Shouldn't they go to school on their side of town?" "They only live 3 blocks away," says Miss Hunter, "along the creek." Miss Flatt adjusts her glasses, staring at the squirming boys. "Well, I suppose," she says. "Class, we have 2 new students," she asks the boys. "What are your names?" They smile blankly at her. "Your names!" she says louder. When the twins still don't answer, she shouts, "Tell us your names!" One boy cringes, the other covers his ears. "¿Qué son sus nombres?" I ask them. Everyone spins around to me. The twins grin relief. The boy on the right pats his chest. "Anastasio." The boy on the left holds his head high. "Mariano." "You can share that empty desk for now." Miss Flatt points toward the back of class. The boys grab an extra chair and side by side they cram into their little desk. When it's time for recess, Judy pulls me with her to the front of the line. "Don't let those boys touch you," she whispers. "They're Mexican. You'll get cooties." "I'm Mexican too," I say. She studies me, then shakes her head. "You're not really Mexican. You're white." I glance at my skin. "But I'm from Mexico." "That doesn't make you Mexican, she says. "Cheryl Brooks was born in Okinawa, but she's still white. And so are you." Outside, the twins race to play, punting the kickball between them as if it were soccer, till I explain in Spanish, "We play kickball like baseball." Then they play better than any of us. In class, Miss Flatt asked me to translate anything important to them. The rest of the time, they sit bunched at their desk, whispering and looking lost. By the end of the day, they've learned the word, "Quiet!" One day, I invite the twins home to play in the park across from my house. We push each other on the swings, plunge down the slide, and climb the jungle gym, pretending we're monkeys. Next to the playground are 3 30-foot-long concrete tables for picnics and parties. In my mind, there are also airplane runways. I race down a tabletop, my arms stretched like wings, shouting, "Up, up, and away!" At the end, I soar into the sky. For a second, I'm airborne. Then the ground yanks me down. I land, rolling over. Anastasio comes flying after me and crashes on my stomach. Then Mariano plops on both of us. We wrestle and laugh, piling like puppies. Then we do it all again. At my house, Mom feeds us milk and oatmeal cookies. In Spanish, she asks my new friends about their mom and dad. He's a mechanic. She washes people's laundry. Mom eyes the twins' tattered shirts and worn-out shoes. And while we're eating and giggling, she goes and gathers my old shirts, the dress shoes that pinch my toes, and my brother's outgrown sneakers. When the boys see the clothes, you would think by their excitement it was Christmas. We pile the bags into the station wagon and carry the twins home. The house where they live badly needs paint. Old furniture crowds the sagging porch. And in the basement where the boys make their home, it smells like onions and beans and corn masa. Anastasio lifts up their toddler sister to show her off. Their mom is bent over the washroom sink doing laundry and greets us in a gentle voice. When she leans up, you can see she's pregnant. My sons have outgrown these, Mom says, giving her the old clothes. Do you know anyone who could use them? I tug at Mom's arm, confused, but she cuts me a look to hush. Gracias, señora, says the boy's mom. She gives us warm tortillas to take home, wrapped in a checkered linen cloth. During the drive, I asked Mom, weren't the clothes for Anastasio and Mariano? Yes, she says, but we need to respect people's dignity. Next morning, the twins arrive at school grinning in the clothes. I grin too, and return the empty cloth that held the mouth-watering tortillas. One morning when I get to class, everyone is chattering. On my desk is an envelope marked Alex. It's an invitation to Judy Hawthorne's birthday party next Saturday at the playground across from my house. Judy is parading around. She's invited the whole class. Then I see Anastasio and Mariano signaling me, and a sinking feeling tugs at my stomach. At recess, Anastasio asks about the envelopes. When I explain, Mariano says, "Can we go to the party too?" I look down at their feet, at my brother's and my old shoes. When I glance up again, the boys are exchanging a sad, doubtful look. Anastasio asks me, "She doesn't like us, does she?" I shrug, too ashamed to answer. Back at our desk, I whispered to Judy, "You forgot to invite twins." "I didn't forget. No Mexicans allowed. And that doesn't mean you." I bite down on my lip. She's got a way of scrambling things, leaving me confused. The next day when I get to school, the twins are at their desk, beaming in my direction. Behind me comes Judy, asking, "What's that?" She points at the checkered linen bundle on her desk, as if it were roadkill. "I think it's tortillas." "Did you put it there?" she asks. "No, but they're delicious." She makes an ick face. "Get it off." I glance over my shoulder. The twins are leaning forward, smiling hopefully. I secretly slip the tortilla bundle into my cigar box. At recess, I avoid the boys, but at lunch, Mariano asks me, "Can we come to the party?" I hand them back the linen bundle and watch their bodies slump. "See," Anastasio tells his brother, "she doesn't like us." At dinner, I tell Mom, I don't want to go to Judy's party. She invited the whole class except the twins. "Well," Mom says, "she can invite whoever she wants. If she's your friend, you should go." On Saturday afternoon, Mom walks with me to the park to meet Judy's parents. Orange and white balloons flutter from the monkey bars. A concrete table is stacked with Fritos and marshmallows. Half our class is already there, bouncing on seesaws and swinging on the swings. Judy looks prettier than ever with her hair shining like the sun and kids circling around her. "Oh, thank you," she says, when I hand her the gift-wrapped mirror Mom picked out for her. She stacks it on the pile of gifts and whispers, "Your mom's beautiful." Judy's mom is pouring Kool-Aid. Her dad, wearing a cowboy hat, grills hot dogs. Mom tells them she has to go see a friend, but she'll stop by later. As she leaves, Judy's uncle arrives. We crowd around as he opens a big flat box revealing a glistening white sheet cake with the chocolate words, "Happy birthday, Judy." A couple of flies come buzzing by. "Go away, shoot!" Judy waves her hand and tells her uncle, "Close the top, they'll leave cooties." The word gives me a sad feeling. Judy pulls me to the swings where I push her, and each time she drops back, her hair strokes my cheeks like feathers. After a while, it's her turn to push me. And from the heights of the upswing, I watch a rusty old rambler wheeze to a stop nearby. Doors squeak open. A young Mexican couple, brown-skinned and black-haired, climbs out with a baby. Judy stops pushing my swing. They are not supposed to be here. Why not, I ask. They're not bothering anybody. Yes, they are. Go tell them they can't stay. I cross my arms. No, I'm not going to. She squints at me. Then she marches over to her dad, says something I'm too far to hear, and points at the Mexican family. The mom has set the baby on the vacant table 2 rows away from us. The young dad unloads tin pots and charcoals. When he notices Judy's family watching, he smiles and waves. In return, Judy's dad points to the couple's table and shakes his finger. No. The man stops smiling. He says something to his wife. They both stare at Judy's family. Their baby starts to cry. The couple nods apologetically and collects their pots and charcoal. And as their car sputters away, Judy waves her hand, calling out, "Shoo, go!" My gut feels like it's been slammed by a kickball. Next thing I know, I'm running toward the concrete table. I leap onto the seat, bound up to the tabletop, and shout, "I'm Mexican!" Judy's dad and uncle stop turning the hot dogs. Her mom stops talking with other moms. The whole world seems to stop. 24 faces stare at me. Judy's brow scrunches with anger. I want to shout, "And I touched her hair!" But her eyes are brimming with tears. Instead, I shout again, at the top of my lungs, "I'm Mexican!" Then I leap off the table, hit the ground, thud, and run up the hill to my house. I race through the living room, past my brother, to my room, and slam the door. My heart is pounding hard as a drum. From my window, I see the party. Judy's dad is back to grilling. Kids are running around again. Nobody sees me. On my bed, I sniffle, holding back tears, scared by what I've done. Soon I hear the happy birthday song. And after a while, I see Mom's station wagon coming back to the party. I can hardly sit still as I wait. When she arrives at my room, she's carrying a square of white cake. "What happened?" she asks. "Judy's mom is worried about you." "I hate them," I say. "You hate who?" Mom asks. "Judy's dad, Mom, her. They chased away a Mexican family that wasn't hurting any of them. Why do they hate Mexicans?" Mom sits on the bed. "They don't hate you, do they?" I burst into tears. "I'm not Mexican. I'm too white." Mom tilts her head, surprised. "Who told you that?" "Judy did." Mom shakes her head and sighs. Listen to what I'm going to say. Never let anybody tell you who you are. If somebody doesn't like you, find someone else who does. But don't let anyone try to make you feel ashamed of who you are. Do you understand? Sort of. But I don't want to be Mexican. People treat them bad. You don't treat them bad, Mom says, do you? No, I sob into her chest. And never ever, she says, make anyone feel ashamed of who they are. Promise? I nod, wiping my tears, and she asks, now how about some cake? I don't want it, I tell her. She leaves it on my dresser anyway. The sweet icing smell wafts across the room. I get up to look at the little white square. Chocolate lines spell the word, ha. And I bite into it. On Monday morning, I get to my classroom as Judy's mom hurries out. I turn to the wall and hide till she's gone. Inside, sitting in my seat next to Judy, is Cheryl Brooks. Alex, Miss Flack calls out to me, I've switched your seat. I don't look at Judy. I take my cigar box and I change desks. At recess, the twins asked me about the party. Was there a big cake? Did she get lots of presents? I answer, but I don't tell them what I did. 2 weeks later, they stopped coming to class. At first, I'm relieved. Then I'm worried. After school one day, I walk to their house and knock on the basement door. When no one answers, I cut my hands to the window. The place is vacant. I never learned what happened to the twins. After that, I stopped speaking Spanish. I quit saying I'm Mexican. And through the rest of school, I only have white friends. It's not till college that I start to admit to people again, I'm Mexican. Often the reply is, you don't look Mexican. And Judy's words echo in my ears. You're not really Mexican, you're white. Thank you.